We've been following along in our Raspberry Pi series, and we've got the Pi OS installed. We've SSH'd into the device, got Portainer and Docker installed. What's next? Well, today we're going to go ahead and install Pi-hole, NGINX Proxy Manager, and we're going to set up a Cloudflare tunnel so you can remote into your server from anywhere in the world. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Like I said in the intro, we've been going along on this Raspberry Pi journey. This is the third video in the series. So far, we've installed Pi OS, we've SSH'd into the server, we've installed Docker, we installed Portainer, and now we're gonna set up Pi-hole, NGINX Proxy Manager, so we can make this a full-fledged server for some of the stuff we're gonna do in the next video. With that said, everything that you're gonna see in this video is down in the description below, any products, and I'll put all the commands, the code, the Docker Compose files will be on my documentation website. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so we're here logged in to our server through the terminal, and now what we need to do is create a Docker Compose file. And before we do this, real quick, you can install this Pi-hole without Docker, but this example, we're going to do Docker, but there is a real easy curl command that you can do. I'll put it in the documentation site. You do that, it's going to take you through a wizard that'll set everything up. But like I said, that'll be outside of Docker. Here, we're going to go sudo docker compose YAML, forgot nano. There we go. And I'm going to copy and paste this Docker Compose file, paste it here, and we'll walk through it really quick. Again, this will be on the documentation site. We're going to install Pi-hole, and we're going to call it Pi-hole. Here are the ports. So 53 UDP and TCP. Now port 80, by default, this is going to be 80 to 80. However, we're going to also install NGINX Proxy Manager, and that needs port 80. So what we're going to do here is on the machine, we're going to map port 7300 to port 80 inside the Docker container. You can put whatever port you have there, whatever you want. I'm just doing 7300. I commented out 443 because NGINX Proxy Manager is going to use that. If you're not going to use NGINX Proxy Manager, leave that. And then right here, port 67, if you are going to use the Pi-hole's DHCP settings, you can uncomment that. Most likely you're probably using DHCP servers, services out of your router. So I wouldn't monkey with that. Set your time zone here. Go look at the Linux time zones, and then a web password. Right here where it says password, change it to something secure. And then right here, the application volumes or the volumes. So you'll map that to the folder that you created to store all of this stuff. And then we are going to have it restart unless we manually stop it. So I'll go ahead and save that. And now we'll clear this out. So once this is cleared out, we'll go sudo docker compose up-d. And it'll start downloading all of the packages, getting them installed. It should be pretty quick. It's not a very big package, of software to install. And there you go. So it says our network has been configured, called Pi-hole default. Our container is called Pi-hole. Now it's time to log in to Pi-hole. Open up the web browser, type in the IP address to your device, and then colon whatever you set for that port. So me was 7300. If you get this where it says 403 access denied, that's right, because we didn't go to the admin console or the dashboard. So you can see there's a link here. It says, your Pi-hole's dashboard. That's what we want. I'll zoom this back out. Type in our password that we did there. If you get this error, for some reason, Pi-hole did not catch the password we set up in the Docker Compose file, you can read this information right there. I'm going to show you now how we get that password so we can get logged in. Okay, something to note here is if you're installing Pi-hole version 5 or below, it uses that web password variable in the Docker Compose file. If not, if you're going version 6 or above, which we're installing 6, there is a completely different variable there. So what we need to do is we can do a couple different things. We can update the variable in Docker Compose file, which is probably the better thing to do, but I'm also going to show you how we do it here in Portainer. So if we go into the containers, we go into Pi-hole, and what we're going to do is we're going to do duplicate or edit, and we can scroll down here to where it says env, environment variables. And then here at the bottom, you see it says time zone, password, and password. So right now it says web password. We actually need to do this long command here, faster than light conf web server API password. That's where you type in there. Again, I'm going to update the Docker Compose file in the description on the documentation site, so you don't have to worry about it. But you can paste that in there, and then you can hit the button that says deploy the container, and it'll reboot, and it should take the password. What I'm going to test, I'm going to see if we can go back and update our Docker Compose file and see if that's going to work. So we'll bring back up our terminal, and we'll go into edit that, and we'll come down here to where it says the web password. We'll delete all that, and then I'm just going to paste in that faster than light web server API password, and we'll save it, and now we'll do the sudo docker compose up-d, and that'll just restart it with the new variables. It's not going to have to download anything yet, or again, because it already downloaded everything. So now if we go over to our admin screen and we reload here and we type in our password, and we're in. So that's how you fix that. You can either update it in Portainer or you can update it in the Docker Compose file. What I would suggest is updating it in the Docker Compose file, because that's going to be sort of your kind of, source of truth there. And we are logged in to our Pi-hole. Now that we're logged in, if you did not set a secure password before, you probably should go do that. Now that we're logged in, I am going to go ahead and switch this to dark mode. So we'll go into settings, web interface API, and here we can switch to different themes. Day, midnight, like midnight. Deep midnight is probably gonna be too much. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with midnight, but you can switch to whatever theme you want there. And there we have installed Pi-hole, but we haven't set anything up yet. Now we're gonna go and install NGINX Proxy Manager. All right, we're back at our terminal and we are back to the applications directory. We need to create a new directory for NGINX Proxy Manager. So I'm going to go sudo make dir, and I'm going to call it NGINX Proxy Manager. You can call it whatever you want. There we go. We'll go into that directory. Should be empty, and it is. And we're going to do another Docker Compose file for this application. So we'll go sudo docker compose, forgot nano again. And I'm going to copy and paste all of this documentation website like everything else. So you can see here, we're going to do the latest image of NGINX Proxy Manager. It's going to restart unless we stop it. Its public port is going to be 80.443, and the admin port is going to be 81. And you see this 80 right here is why we remapped it when we were back over on Pi-hole, because Pi-hole wanted to use that as well. So we got that there, and then map the directories here for both the data and the let's encrypt. And so that's going to be in the directory that we just created. So we'll just save that. And then we'll do sudo docker compose up-d. And it's going to start downloading and installing the packages for NGINX Proxy Manager and Let's Encrypt, because we're going to use Let's Encrypt to do free SSL certificates for our network. All right, now that is all done. Next we need to do is we need to go back to our web browser and log in to NGINX Proxy Manager. And the way we do that is we go to the IP address of the server and then :81. Because remember, 81 was the admin port that we logged into this with. So once you get here, we're going to go ahead and create our admin account. Just type in your name and then whatever you want for your email address. You can just put, junk, doesn't matter. And then type in whatever you want your password to be. And I'm going to see if it's going to let us do a not great password. And it did. So you'll definitely want to make sure you type in a password or use a password that is secure. Now that we're logged in, I'm going to go dark mode because it hurts the eyes. And we are logged in to our NGINX Proxy Manager. Now the fun part is we're going to set up some configurations to do SSL certificates free through Let's Encrypt. And we are going to connect some proxy hosts to this via Pi-hole. The next part we're going to do as this NGINX Proxy Manager installation is we're going to set up Let's Encrypt. So everything has a SSL certificate, secure certificate on our network. So for this, we're going to use Cloudflare. You can use other services, that's up to you. And we're going to use a domain name that I already have. If you don't have a static, you own your own domain name, I'll put a link down in the description below of where you can go get one from Namecheap. That's who I suggest. And that's who I use. You're not required to. If you don't, you'll need to get a kind of a dynamic DNS name through like DuckDNS or another provider, but that's outside the scope of this video. If you're interested in how to do that, let me know in the comments and I can make a video on that down the road. So this is assuming you already have your domain name pointed at Cloudflare and set up on Cloudflare. And we're going to go into our domain name, which for me, avistalab.net is just a test domain I have. On the left side, we're under DNS. We're going to go to records, and we need to add 2 records over here. And again, this is just for the Let's Encrypt SSL certificates. We're going to get into the Cloudflare tunnels later. So I'll do add record, and we're going to go A, and then over here, we're going to type in the name, which is required for this. So it's going to be avistalab.net, whatever your domain is there, the IP address. Now this address is not your external address. This is the internal address to the NGINX Proxy Manager server. So whatever your internal 192.168. whatever is, you're going to put that in right there. All right. We'll click save. And then we want to add one more, and we're going to do a CNAME record. And this is going to be just a catch-all. So I'm going to do a star. And then what we'll do here is we'll just do avistalab.net. We'll click save. And then right here, it says it's proxied. We actually don't want it proxied. So we're going to uncheck that. We'll save, and we are good to go right there. Now we're going to head back over into NGINX Proxy Manager and start setting up the next part of our certificates. So back in the Proxy Manager, we're going to go to certificates at the top. We're going to go add certificate, and we're going to go right here where it says let's encrypt via DNS. So we'll type in the domain. So for us, it's going to be avistalab.net. We'll click create, and then we're going to go star.avistalab.net. And that's going to make it so anything that's under, that domain name. So for example, if I'm going to do proxymanager.avistalab.net, it would work. We can leave the key type there. Now we're going to select our provider, our DNS provider, and that's going to be Cloudflare. And you can choose whatever, if you're using Namecheap, I think that's an option on here as well. You scroll down, Namecheap, but we're using Cloudflare for this example. So we'll choose Cloudflare, and this is going to tell you what we need. We need to get to this API token. So now we head back over to Cloudflare and we'll get the API token. So back on Cloudflare, the top right, you'll click on your little user profile icon, and then we'll go profile. On the left side, we're going to go API tokens, and we're going to go create token. And we're going to do an edit zone DNS token. So right here, we'll leave this as zone. And now what we want to do is under DNS here, we actually want to choose DNS. And then on the right here, we want edit. And then the zone resources, we want to do include specific zone, and then choose the domain name from this dropdown. So ours is going to be avistalab.net, and we don't need to do anything else there. We can click continue to summary and then create token. It's going to give you this token right here. Make sure you copy, paste it somewhere, save it somewhere that's safe. You're not going to be able to get it again. Go back over into NGINX Proxy Manager, and where it says DNS Cloudflare API token, right here where that 0 starts, we're going to paste in what we just got, and then we'll click save. And it might error out. It might take a little bit to, do some stuff here because our, DNS maybe hasn't propagated to the internet. And if it errors out, that's okay. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Sometimes it just takes a couple tries. And there you go. It says certificate has been saved. It's successful. We have it under 2 different, our domain names there. It says not used because it's not used yet. All right. Now that we have this all installed, we need to start using our certificate, but I'm going to show you something really cool that we can do. Head over to Pi-hole, click on settings and then local DNS records. And then under the local DNS records, we're going to type in the domain name, whatever we're going to call our proxy server or NGINX proxy server. So I'm going to call it proxy.avistalab.net. You can call it whatever you want. Then you'll type in the IP address to the server. So 192.168.50.35. In my case, whatever yours is, type that in there. And then what we're going to do here over the list of local CNAME records, we're going to start pointing everything to the proxy server. So let's say, for example, we want to go to piehole.avistalab.net. Over here on this side, I'm going to go ahead and type in piehole.avistalab.net. And then it's going to go to proxy.avistalab.net. And then we'll add that. And the reason I'm doing that is for some reason, if something fails on our network, we don't have to go back through this whole local list and type in the IP addresses for everything. Because over here, we're going to type in, pi-hole whatever. We're going to type in, let's say, nan.avistalab.net. We're going to point it to proxy. So basically everything on our network is going to be pointed to the proxy server. All right. Now, if we go over to our proxy manager, we'll go to dashboard, hosts. We'll add a host. And under our domain name here, we're going to do pi-hole.avistalab.net. Click on that. Its IP or scheme is going to be HTTP. The IP address here is 192.168.50.35. And then the port for us was 7300. And we're going to leave all this stuff. If you don't want it to be publicly accessible, you can, disable that. We're going to block common exploits. I don't need socket support. We're not going to do a custom location because the reason here is pi-hole, you have to do /admin on the end of the address to get in to it. Otherwise, it gives you like a forbidden thing. And I'll show you that here in a bit. So SSL certificate, we're going to do the drop down and we're going to choose the one that we just created. So I'll click on that. We're going to force SSL and I'm going to get HTTP to support. I'm going to go save. And you can see now pi-hole.avistalab.net is online. If we go back over to our certificates, you can see our certificate is in use. So let's go back to our hosts. If we click on this, we get forbidden. But look up here at the top, blow it up there. But at the top left here, we have pi-hole.avistalab.net. It is secure. If we click that here and we go to secure connection, we can see our certificate is valid. It's what we just did. So we now have SSL certificates in our internal network. But here's a little trick for you. We don't want to just go to this access denied and then have to click this to go in. What if we want to just go to pi-hole.avistalab.net? I'm going to show you that here. We'll go to edit and then we'll click the cog mark up there, the cog icon, and then the custom NGINX configuration. What you're going to do is you're going to paste in this code on the documentation site. Location equals return 301 admin. We'll save that. Now, if you go to pi-hole.avistalab.net, it goes to the admin. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? And that's how we're going to set the rest of the stuff on our network. So if you spin up any other servers, let's say, like I said, NAN, we'll be doing that probably here in the future. You can just type in NAN dot, whatever your domain is, dot whatever, point it to that IP address. You're going to have a Let's Encrypt certificate. You're going to be good to go. Everything's nice and tidy. You don't have to remember IP addresses to everything. And you can even set up a subdomain here in NGINX Proxy Manager for itself. So if we wanted to do, this is port 81. So if we do add it here, so let's just go, we said proxy was what we were going to do, .avistalab.net, add that, and then it's port 81, block common exploits, we'll go over to SSL, choose that certificate, force SSL, save. Now, if we click it, it brings us to NGINX Proxy Manager. The reason it went to light mode is because we went to a different address. So it's going to start over with the cookies, but you can click obviously that there and log in. But there you go. Now we have our first two things, there in our server, and we can start really building out our internal, homelab system when it comes to using a Raspberry Pi. I hope you like this one. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or how did you set yours up? Like I said at the beginning, I'll put links in the description below of where you can purchase that Raspberry Pi, the stuff that I'm using, as well as a link to the documentation site where you can get all of these commands and everything. So until next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep doing good.